Russell Wilson and the Seahawks do it again. Take a look at the Seahawks quarterback in terms of overtime record. He is a perfect 5-0. Wow. Alongside there, Terry Bradshaw, and of course the immortal Trent Dilfer there at 4-0. That's some of the best records in OT games there for you since 1974. Russell Wilson, a perfect 5-0. So look, guys, obviously Russell Wilson, a big part of that comeback, but so many signature plays along the way here for the Seahawks. Yeah. Some all they're doing, some the Packers had a little something to add to it. Baldy, let's start with that fake field goal because that was what got the party started.
Well, let's look at the situation. They're down 16-0 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter, and it's looking bleak, and it's 4th and 10. So let's take a look at the fake because I think what John Ryan did, the holder on the play, is the whole key to it because he really sells the kick. So it starts with Clint Gresham, the snapper here. So he's going to snap it right now, and you're going to see what Ryan does here. He actually gets the ball down, and he shows the laces. To a guy like Devon House who's rushing, he thinks this ball is going to get kicked. That's the first phase. So he sells it all the way. So House attempts to kick. Now he pulls the ball out. Now he's a runner right here. Right there. The safety right here is A.J. Hawk. He's got a decision to make. When he sees Ryan with the ball in his left hand, he thinks he's the runner, and he's not going to think about the pass receiver, Gary Gilliam, who's available on the play. So now Ryan sells the run. So now when Hawk comes up to play the run, now he puts it in his right hand and delivers a perfect, as Nate would say, dime to the rookie Gary Gilliam here. So the play is perfectly executed, and I thought the fake by Ryan to put the ball down, to actually show the laces to Green Bay to get 8 guys to rush really sells that fake.
The patience. And I played with John Ryan when I was in Seattle, and I just want everybody to know that he took pride in trying to dispel the fact that kickers aren't athletic. He would go in the weight room. He would try to lift just as much as the skilled players. When we did conditioning, he was running with the skilled players. And you can see just where his athletic ability came into play. Great patience, like you said, great execution, but also to threaten the run and then to be able to drop a floater right over the top of the linebacker. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, no doubt. And John Ryan has made some athletic plays earlier in the season. I mean, you guys had the Canadian connection, too.
Yeah, right? I was born in Calgary.
Right.
CC, Canadian
connection. All right, I just wanted to make sure we got that out of the way. But that was just one play in this sequence. Another huge play, obviously, the onside kick. You got to go for it. And Hauschka gave him a good bounce, and then
he gave him the bounce. So let's look at the lineup here, okay? Because, the rules have changed so that you can only put at the max 6 on one side right here. The Green Bay's got their hands team. They've got 6 defenders right here, including this man, Jordy Nelson, their best receiver. That's where, if the ball gets bounced like it does, that's who Green Bay wants to recover, is Jordy Nelson. He's in a position. So there's the bounce. Now, for whatever reason, Bostic right here is supposed to be in this front wall protecting Jordy Nelson. He blows the assignment. All right, so he comes down, the ball goes through his hands, and Chris Matthews, who is really, a 6'5" reserve, he comes down with the ball. But let's take a look at the bounce right here because everybody in Green Bay does their job. They all come up. They get the blocks up front. Bostic stays back right now, so he goes, and really Chris Matthews right there, who's free, and he's there because of injuries. He jumps in front of Jordy Nelson to go recover that ball cleanly off of the bounce of Bostic. So really Chris Matthews, who has never had an NFL catch, all right, he's only been active for a few games. He comes down with his only reception of his career. A 6'5" receiver, played at Kentucky
so far.
Yeah, played at Kentucky, Canadian Football League player. Another guy that Pete Carroll and John Schneider kind of just found and brought in a training camp. Comes in and makes a play. Go ahead, Baldy.
But he was active in this game because of the injury last week to Paul Richardson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paul Richardson, the rookie. So Norwood and now Chris Matthews were eligible and active today because of the injury last week.
Baldy, I was at this game, and right now the stadium, because they just scored, the stadium is going absolutely nuts. I mean, they're like, okay, we can feel it. The guys on the Seahawks sideline, I was near their sideline, they're ramped up. And then when he hits this, when he makes this, there was like no doubt. We're getting ready to make this happen right here. And, of course, Marshawn caps off that drive.
And let me reemphasize a point that you made, Baldy. It's universal when it comes to onside kick recovery, that the receiver in the back is going to go get the ball. You see Jordy Nelson waiting. Bostic saw the ball in the air, and I can't blame him as a playmaker. He's thinking, I can go get it. I'm a big guy. I can put my big mitts on it and come down with it. But what we're always told by the special teams coaches, if you're going to go up, Make sure that you can catch the ball. What he should have did is block for Jordy Nelson, let Jordy Nelson catch it.
Just listen to the Bill Belichick mantra: "Do your job," and he owned up to it
Didn't happen
after the
enough
game
for Green Bay down the stretch
as well.